While King Charles's upcoming historic coronation hit the headlines in April 2023, another royal family also had reason to celebrate: the marriage of Princess Alexandra of Luxembourg to French businessman Nicolas Bagory in not one but two April weddings. In November 2022, the Grand Ducal Court of Luxembourg announced the couple's engagement, and a month later the royal family announced the couple's plans for their upcoming wedding. The civil wedding will take place on April 22, 2023, at Luxembourg City Hall. The religious wedding will take place on April 29, 2023, at St. Trophimus Church in Bormes-les-Mimosas. Alexandra is the sixth in line to the royal throne of Luxembourg and the only daughter of Grand Duke Henri and Grand Duchess Marie-Therese, known as the crowning couple of Luxembourg. The princess has three older brothers: the Grand Duke Guillaume, Prince Felix, and Prince Louis, and one younger brother, Prince Sebastian. Alexandra's wedding was the first for the royal family of Luxembourg, just one example of royal families leading insanely lavish lifestyles in a decade. The family last celebrated their wedding in September 2013, when Felix married Claire Leidemacher at the Basilica of Sainte Marie Madeleine in France. The first wedding was a small civil ceremony. Princess Alexandra of Luxembourg and Nicolas Bagory's first wedding on April 22 included a less formal civil ceremony. The small, modest event, an example of the micro-wedding trend, was held at Luxembourg City Hall. Guests included close family members of the bride and groom, such as the bride's parents, Grand Duchess Maria Theresa and Grand Duke Henri, the princess' brother, Prince Guillaume, and her sister-in-law, Princess Stephanie. Other close family members included Prince Louis, Princess Claire, Prince Felix and Prince Sebastian. Members of the Luxembourg public, a city of 640,000 people, gathered around the square where City Hall is located to catch a glimpse of the new bride and groom. The couple greeted the public both before and after the ceremony, where they were seen posing for photos outside the town hall and waving to the crowd from the balcony. As the newlyweds walked down the steps of City Hall after the ceremony, they were greeted with celebratory confetti. After the ceremony, the couple celebrated with close family, friends, and local authorities at the Grand Duke Palace. The religious wedding celebration followed the first. While Princess Alexandra of Luxembourg's first wedding to Nicolas Bagory was small and casual, the couple's second wedding a week later was a more formal religious wedding in the south of France at St. Trophimus Church in Bormes-les-Mimosas. Among the guests were the bride's brothers, Princes Felix, Louis and Sebastian, as well as Crown Prince Guillaume, his wife, Princess Stephanie, and one of their two sons, Prince Charles. Also present were Princess Maria Astrid of Liechtenstein and Princess Maria Gabriel of Nassau. The groom was also pictured smiling with his mother before the celebration. The bride and groom were smiling all day long. Before entering the church, the princess was spotted by several people adjusting her dress. Walking out of the historic village church after the wedding ceremony, the couple were greeted by a large crowd of onlookers who took pictures of them. Perhaps the most memorable part of the wedding day was the royal send-off for the newlyweds. They left in a small, classic white convertible with a black leather interior, driven by Alexandra's new husband. The front of the convertible, just below the windshield wipers, was decorated with gorgeous blue and white flowers and greenery. The royal newlyweds smiled and waved to onlookers as they drove away, heading for their next destination. As Princess Alexandra's two weddings take place in different locations, we go into more detail about those locations. The couple's civil ceremony was held at the Luxembourg City Hall, located in the heart of the city on William Square. The neoclassical-style building was built from the stones of an old Franciscan monastery between 1830 and 1838. Outside, there are also two bronze lions highlighting each side of the main entrance staircase. The city's official tourist website offers a 360-degree view of City Hall and William Square. The Grand Ducal Palace, where the newlyweds celebrated their civil ceremony, is the official home of the Grand Ducal family. Located in the old city of Luxembourg, the palace was built on the site of the former Luxembourg City Hall, which was destroyed by an explosion in 1554, having stood for more than 100 years. Inside the palace on the first floor is an elegant and ornate reception hall. Every summer, the palace offers guided tours through the Luxembourg Tourist Office. Proceeds benefit the humanitarian efforts of the Grand Duke and Grand Duchess Foundation, something the duchesses are known for. St. Trophimus Church in Bormes-les-Mimosas, site of the couple's official religious wedding ceremony, is ranked 11th out of 22 tourist attractions in the area by TripAdvisor. One review of the historic church refers to it as a lovely little peaceful church amidst all the hustle and bustle of the Côte d'Azur. All about the bride and groom's wedding attire. Princess Alexandra of Luxembourg dressed to impress at both her weddings. For her civil ceremony on April 22, Alexandra looked stylish and elegant in cream-colored maison natin pants and a blouse with pleats at the waist. On top, she wore a Valentino wool cape, available for $4,500 at Saks Fifth Avenue. She completed her look with a pair of flesh-colored stiletto shoes and a small white Chanel clutch, along with a stunning spring bouquet of fresh greens and pink, yellow and white flowers. Nicolas Bagory, the groom, was all smiles in his dark blue suit, pale blue tie and white shirt. For the big religious ceremony on April 29, the bride this time chose a more traditional ensemble or wedding dress. She arrived at the historic village church in the south of France with her father, Grand Duke Henri of Luxembourg. She wore a stunning satin sleeveless Elise-Sabe silhouette gown with pleated fabric crossed at the bodice and waist. The princess accessorized her look with an embroidered tulle veil and a diamond tiara, a family heirloom, more on that later. This time she held a small, simple bouquet of tiny white flowers arranged on a bed of fresh greenery. The groom looked equally elegant in a dark gray cape-style tuxedo, gray pinstripe pants, white vest, white shirt and gray-blue tie. The princess jewelry was mostly borrowed. Since Princess Alexandra of Luxembourg was dressed in a pantsuit and cape with her long brown hair mostly parted for her first wedding ceremony, little is known about her jewelry for the occasion. Still, we can surmise that she wore her stunning engagement ring, a gold band encrusted with diamonds and other intricately designed gems. Still, for her more formal religious celebration on April 29, we have all the details about her jewelry, including this gorgeous diamond tiara known as the Chaumet choker tiara, a family heirloom worn by 3 generations of the Grand Duke royal family. The royal family of Luxembourg purchased the tiara at auction during the reign of Grand Duke Jean. Over the years, the tiara was worn by Alexandra's grandmother, Grand Duchess Josephine Charlotte, and her mother, Grand Duchess Maria Theresa. Alexandra herself also wore the tiara more than once. While the tiara has an extra set of tall mother-of-pearl jewelry to show off, Alexandra chose to keep it for her big day, which, interestingly, is consistent with her decision to keep her wedding makeup very minimal and natural. On her ears, she wore dainty diamond and pearl pendant earrings from the royal family's jewelry collection. And on her left wrist, she showed off a double-row pearl bracelet with a diamond clasp, another borrowed item.